Angry guy here. And a black woman says loneliness will destroy black women as passport bros leave. A black woman says loneliness will destroy black women as passport bros leave. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
One of the greatest threats to black women is loneliness,
Yes.
right? Can you elaborate on that more?
Well, once again, you paraphrasing me, but yes.
Paraphrase it.
Because, I tell you, I have to say that.
Paraphrase
because people go around saying I said all kind of things. And
You
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
it. I
that, but
understand
it was
that.
something similar to that, okay? Well, because we can survive without a man. We do. All the time, all over the country, for years. We can survive without sexual intimacy. We can survive. We can make it, all right? But we're not satisfied, okay? I'm not going to say happy because the word happy is not in the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, so it can't be that important. They've made it important to us because we spend money for happiness, all right? And we think it's everybody pick out what they want to have happiness, all right? But as I said, peace is the number one thing that creates happiness and allows all of the other things to grow and happen. But we're very lonely because of our men being so discouraged right now, okay? Some of our best brothers are in prison, okay? They get a different education there, and we are struggling, of course, with the mental health issues that has been forced on you by living in a hostile environment your entire life, okay? Personal rejection is very, very, that's hard to handle over the years, Many of you have been rejected by your father. Some of you have been rejected even by your mother and the entire society. That's very hard, and we don't consider that. Now, I know right now it looks like we're having a harder time, but we ain't never had as hard a time as you because the enemy has always tried to take your place and make you look inadequate by giving us everything we need for us and our children to survive. So I looked at the television the other night, and that new guy, that Swarm Harmon, whatever his name is, that's running in the election, a Republican, he said that many of our women keep the man out of the home so that we can get certain benefits. I'm paraphrasing him, but that's what he said. And that is such a great lie. It was the white man's idea to put y'all out of the house. That wasn't our idea. We tried to keep you in there. We would hide you under the bed, in the closet, anywhere. We weren't trying to separate from you. Plus, if you got a whole project area with a lot of women and children, where do they think them children came from? Okay, there's some men in and out there some kind of way.
Now, while I will disagree with her on the fact that there's a lot of guys still running in and out of project residences, public housing, she's, here she is deflecting and trying to say that, oh, don't blame African American women for the division of the family. Instead, the blame should be put on American society as a whole. I disagree with that, and I don't like the way that she deflects. I don't agree with everything that she says in this video, but let's continue watching because I do believe there are some valid points that she's going to make regarding the loneliness of black women that is coming.
So, this is a lie that they perpetrated. Now they're going to turn it back on us. This is how it's done, all right? The entire objective is to keep you and me apart.
And by the way, guys, just a moment. Check out my cryptocurrency academy, Crypto Money Academy. We teach people about cryptocurrency from buying and selling to trading, as well as many other things related to crypto. Here are some of our popular courses. Introduction to Cryptocurrency, an expat's guide to decentralized banking and off-the-grid living. Introduction to day trading cryptocurrency for a living. How to buy Bitcoins anonymously and through secret methods. How to choose/invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more. How to quickly withdraw your crypto in cash from any ATM and other crypto to cash quick conversion methods. how to get tons of valuable cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it. You can find a link to our website in the description of this video. Yeah, guys. So as I was saying, it's like they're constantly deflecting and trying to, redirect any blame away from themselves. But ultimately, they're going to be the ones that find themselves alone, that find themselves without a man in the home, that find themselves without a family. And it's going to be a very, very lonely time. Very, very lonely.
Whatever the risk is, whatever the cost is, they would rather deal with that than allow us to get together. When I was young, they used to say that Mafia stood for Mothers and Fathers in Association. I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense, all right? Because you can always do better with a helpmate. You can do better with peace, all right? That's the greatest inspiration, all right? I know how it affects myself. As I've written books over the years, I couldn't do them if anything else was going on. If I was waiting to pay my taxes, or if I had to go to a doctor appointment or something at the school, I could not do anything until completely everything was out of my head, everything calmed down where I was at peace, and then the ideas could come in. And creativity is like that. As I said, I know that it's like that because it just come into you, and then you have to get it out of you. No matter what it is. We are creative like that. We are just, as an example, the white art museums. There's nothing but nonsense in there. We know it's just pure silliness. That art they talk about as art makes no sense. Their paintings are all, if it'll be maybe exactly like something. Now they like that realism because then they don't have to create nothing. Just paint the apple, and there it is, and it's already an apple there, But it comes up out of you. You don't have to have that kind of inspiration. If you can get cooled out, it bothers you so long until you have to get it out. This is what creativity, this is how greatness works for us. And so many of us are so talented, so great, so wonderful. And we're different. We really are. Because you can see the way many of us wear our hair, the way many of us have a certain kind of nose, the way many of us wear certain jewelry. That's all different tribes. We wasn't one tribe that came to America.
You know what's interesting about this? So this video, and you can see from the very start of the video, the host wanted to discuss, the loneliness crisis that women are facing in Western society. But of course, she immediately goes into a spiel regarding ethnicity, gender, and a variety of other things, literally criticizing American culture while elevating herself and women of African American descent, and then at the same time attempting to deflect and avoid the issue, which is ultimately that Black women are facing a massive loneliness crisis as they're getting older, and their men are going overseas, becoming passport bros, choosing to marry women in other countries, women of different ethnicities. And it's going to be very, very difficult, very, very difficult for these women. But unfortunately, they have not owned up to it. They continuously deflect. And even though she is going to discuss it later in the video, it's unfortunate because this is how they operate. They don't want to confront reality of things. I will point this out. They say that, they're strong, they're independent, they don't need a man for anything. But at the end of the day, they can't function without a dude. As they're heading into their 40s, 50s, 60s, it's not easy. All right, because they don't want to work for the rest of their lives. They want to, live lazy girl lives. They want to live soft lives. They want to be provided for. It's truly unfortunate, guys. What really shocked me, what absolutely shocked me, and this is something that I knew it was true, but I had to see it for my own eyes. A husband was complaining that his wife was spending too much money on Uber Eats, and she basically was upset about it. Like, it's your job to provide. And this kind of goes hand in hand with how women survive, because women don't clean, don't cook. They've In Western society, they've been conditioned not to do these things. So not only do they not want to do them for a man, but they also don't want to do them for themselves. So they're not. So you have young women today. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They are not functional adults. They cannot functionally provide for themselves. When a man gets married to them, how do they survive? Every meal comes from Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub or any of those groups. Okay, and they're not going to eat cheap. They're not going to eat cheap. So think about this very carefully. You'll have women spending $100 a day on food from one of these services. $100 a day on average from Grubhub or Uber Eats or DoorDash, and that works out to easily $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year on just food that the man has to front. I mean, that's absolute insanity. So you can be a guy who makes $200,000 a year after taxes. You're lucky if you see maybe 150 of that, and she's spending out 36 grand of that on just eating at home. That's not counting anything else. All right. That's not counting anything else that she's spending money on, because obviously she's going to be buying clothing, makeup, toiletries, various things that various things that she needs and wants, and shoes. I mean, when you factor those in, that could easily be another $20,000. Okay, and we're not even taking into consideration going out to eat with her and other things. So it's like you make 200 grand a year. You're lucky if you see 150. She's spending easily $50,000 of your hard-earned money just on food and luxuries, right? And so that she can eat out. But not eat out. No, let me correct myself. Not eating out. Easily $50,000 on just ordering food, ordering takeout, and buying clothes and all kinds of other knickknacks. And then from that remaining money, you have to cover the rent or the mortgage. You need to put something away for savings. You have to take her on vacations. You have to take her out to eat. This is unbelievable. You have utilities to cover. I mean, what's left for you at the end? Like, what exactly are you paying for as a man? Because you get into this relationship and you have to ask yourself, what am I paying for? What am I doing in this relationship? Because it's unbelievable how expensive it is. It literally makes no sense. This is why modern men should not marry at all. Men in modern day society should not marry. Even when you go overseas, you really don't need to get married. You really shouldn't be getting married. They need you more than you need them. You are the prize. Okay? So what, you think they're going to turn you down and go and find someone else? No. Nope. Because you won't marry them. Let me explain this right now. If you go overseas and you're with a woman and she starts pressuring you to marry her, say goodbye to her. Let her know that no, this is not going to work. Because you can be with her, you can be good to her, if you choose to have a child with her, depending on the country that you're in, that's cool. But if she starts to pressure you into marriage, nope, walk away. Hasta la vista. For those of you that want marriage, I say be very, very careful still. Be very, very careful and know what you're doing. Know the laws. Because even then, they can still backfire on you. But for men today, for the typical man today, the average man, for pretty much all men today, marriage is an outdated concept. It has no place in modern day society. Because marriage is not between a man, a woman, and God. A marriage is between a man, a woman, and the state. So that's not a marriage. Okay? That is a binding contract where when you involve yourself into it, when you sign it and commit to it, you are now at the mercy of the state and the person who you're betrothed to. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to yourself. And now you have Black women saying that loneliness will destroy Black women as password bros are leaving, because they realize that no matter how much they like to prep their ego up, no matter how much they like to say that they can do it on their own, they really can't. They really cannot. If we're looking at socioeconomics in Western society, Black women are actually at the very bottom of the socioeconomic ladder. Black women have among the least amount of wealth in the United States, far less than Black men. The least amount of wealth. A lot of that has to do with the fact that so many of them are in the public housing system and living on public assistance. Because with public assistance, you get just enough to survive, but not enough to thrive. So these women never build real wealth. Hence, there's never going to be any intergenerational wealth either. Because they want instant gratification. They don't want to be with someone who they have to struggle with. They want to say that they have their own, they could do their own, they could be Miss Independent. But in reality, they don't realize that they're going to be stuck right there forever. You listen to how she speaks, and she says that, oh, it's not the fault of the African American woman for putting Black men out of Black communities. No, that was done by other people. That was done by people of European descent. They're the ones responsible for that. She's like, I mean, how could you have children in these housing facilities? Obviously, there has to be fathers. I'm thinking to myself, bro, Tyrone, Ray Ray, and Pookie, all right? That's absolute nonsense. You're right? This is absolute nonsense. That's a terrible culture. That's a terrible culture. And there's no accountability. Everything that Black guys say, these women reject. And until men walk away from Western society, it's only going to keep on happening to them.
And so we have those things still in us, woman. So we want our hair like hers. We want to mimic that. That was our motto. The more we hate ourselves. That's what that shows. You even got the brothers now getting weaves and getting braids and everything. We are not making the kind of progress we think we are.
So she's basically deflecting from a subject that was brought to her attention. And that's what they do. That's their strategy. Reject and deflect. Okay? Bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave. It's unfortunate, guys. This is what so many young men are facing today. This is what so many men in general are facing today. It's sad to say that the greatest adversary for the African American man today is often the African American woman. And I've seen that in my comments today, these days. And it's unfortunately something that I believe that has come to be true. Check out my cryptocurrency academy, Crypto Money Academy. We teach people about cryptocurrency, from buying and selling to trading, as well as many other things related to crypto. Here are some of our popular courses: Introduction to Cryptocurrency, An Expat's Guide to Decentralized Banking and Off-the-Grid Living, Introduction to Day Trading Cryptocurrency for a Living, How to Buy Bitcoins Anonymously and Through Secret Methods, How to Choose/Invest in Altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more, How to Quickly Withdraw Your Crypto in cash from any ATM, and other crypto to cash quick conversion methods, How to Get Tons of Valuable Cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it. You can find a link to our website in the description of this video. Guys, you need to wake up and realize that nothing is going to get better anytime soon. You know, we're living in a failed society. We're at the end of Western civilization, and it's time to move on. I want to know what you guys think regarding this. A black woman says loneliness will destroy black women as Pastor Brosleaf. I want to hear your opinion upon this. So let's talk about it more in the comments. Don't forget to check out my Crypto Money Academy courses. You can find the link to the website linked in the description of the video. If you want to check that out, learn about crypto so that you can learn how to get out of Dodgetown right now, learn how to set up a decentralized cryptocurrency bank account, learn how cryptocurrency works if you don't know this yet, learn how to trade money, how to do day trading using crypto. That's a really great option for you to use if you want to make some money while you're traveling overseas. It's I know people who've personally done it. It is and once you learn how to do it, you can really make some serious cash and survive overseas. It's definitely a fantastic thing to do. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts regarding everything I've said here today. I mean, do you agree with me that ultimately Western society is at its end, and it's women of African American descent that are primarily the reason for the way that for the current state of the black community? And black men are not going to go back. Any man with any integrity and realization is going to continue walking away from Western society, going overseas to find women that appreciate them, you know, because the saying goes, go where you're appreciated. I want to hear your thoughts regarding this. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWAM and walking away. And cheers.